Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted Dungeon Master Brian, returning for another one of our episodes of The Dragon's Demand. Guys, I gotta tell you, it's been one hell of a year, but yet we're still kicking along. And let me tell you, I look forward to 2021 probably just as much as each and every one of you hard slingers out there do. All that being said, I'm really looking forward to continuing this run and hoping that we energize us with the energy that you guys are so deserving of. And I want to remind everyone out there, don't forget we've already dropped all 5 of our Delta Green episodes for A Victim of the Art. You can check that out on whatever podcast app you listen to the show on. We're out there on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart Radio, all those other little third-party podcast apps. I know I had a list that I put together a couple months ago that said all these wonky ones that were out there on, like Paradise Podcast and Touch Me Gently Podcast and all those other podcasts, apps that are out there. Anyways, all that being said, it really does matter when you leave us those 5-star ratings and reviews, especially on Apple Podcasts. There's something to do with the algorithm that really helps raise the show up and make it more noticeable when people are searching for actual played podcasts of, Pathfinder or D&D or even Delta Green. So please take the time, pause it right now, go over there, leave us that rating and review. Take your spouse or your friend's phone or your children's phone. All these kids, they come almost out of the womb with their own iPhone Super Duper 10 Super Max thing, and take that phone and do it. Anyways, all that being said, I want to remind everybody how they could get in touch with the show. Don't forget, write in to rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com. Tell me how you feel about the show. Tell me how you like the mix of the characters that we got running, because I really, really do want to hear from you. You can find us on any one of our social media footprints on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you feel inclined to help out the show, it would be truly awesome. Please feel free to head on over to patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast for as little as $1 a month. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but to us, it really is that much. In fact, I think I just announced during the beginning of this episode, which you'll see, that we had to replace one of our mixers. And if it wasn't for you hard slingers that are devoted to our Patreon page, it probably wouldn't have happened as soon as it did. So I want to thank each and every one of you out there. And I guess that about sums everything up. I think I got everything out there and wasted enough time with this intro. So why don't we all warm up our dice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 4 of our The Dragon's Demand run-through. The Old Hunger Survives. Please enjoy, and right into the show.
Our bows, we'd get all camoed out, take our bows, and we would walk through that neighborhood to get out onto the other side of Santiago, I think it was now, or that's where we would go.
Yeah.
It's all houses and fucking toll roads now, but dude, you could never do that today, ever. You could never walk through a neighborhood camoed out with bows.
With bows.
Yeah.
Never. Go rabbit hunting with bows. Koosh, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Dude, we had some great energy last week. Let's keep it rolling. Yeah.
Yep.
Is everyone ready to get started? Or
Yeah, I'm
I'm
good.
good right now.
I'm just pulling on my character sheet.
Yeah.
I'm good.
How's everyone's week been?
That's been good. Just been, I'm on vacation, so I've been taking it easy. I wasn't feeling, sorry for last week. I was not feeling well.
That's all right, man.
I luckily did not have the Rona, so
That's good.
that test came back negative. Hooray.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I have everything.
you got it all going?
Yeah, I got
Good
it all.
deal.
Nick, you good?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's do this. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted Dungeon Master, Brian, and with me, the Hard Slingers.
Yeah.
And we bring episode 4 of our Dragon's Demand run-through, courtesy of Paizo. Love this run-through. How's everybody doing with this thing so far?
It's good. I really like it.
Yeah.
Doing good.
You know,
Need a
before,
little rest though.
yeah, right. You know, before we begin, I want to give a shout out to our Patreons out there that have helped the show, and I encourage more to jump on board. A couple weeks ago, we had one of our micro amps fail during a record session, and we used the proceeds from the Patreon page to get us a new one. And I want to say thanks to all you hard slingers out there that have helped out the show. Remember, for as little as $1 a month, Junior,
Practically giving it away.
practically giving it away. You too can become a hard slinger. Now, without any further delay, when we last left off, you guys had discovered a secret door in this tower, and you guys started moving through it. You found several cells. Originally, some of the cells were empty, and then you came across some of them that actually had dead bodies in them. And then you started hearing something from further down the hallway, some kind of a rattling noise. I believe it was Stabby that had gone down there to investigate, and you had heard this croaking voice saying something. I remember what it said too. And it said, "Oh God, kind faces, by the gods, Eredin bless you, you noble souls." Now you guys, Stabby, as you look down this corridor that faces to the east, you see it's actually very, very long. It's probably about 80 feet. And there are several doors that are on the northern side of this corridor. You see there's two that are pretty close together, which are close to you. And then there's a large space of about 20 feet. And then there's a solitude door in the northern wall. And then another 20 feet past that are two more doors. And then it looks like the corridor itself ends and goes back up to the north. Now, I believe that Sirkin and Flint were still in one of the cells in the northern corridor. And it was Griswold that had gone down and investigated with you at the time.
Sirkin, you remember that guy's missing his right hand, right?
Yeah.
No more speed jacking.
Right hand's missing.
He's gonna have to use his non-dominant hand.
On hand.
Established dominance.
The T-stands.
Oh, cyberpunk.
I don't know if anybody's attempted to play that game. We got a guy at work. He thought this game was going to be the reason why he called in for a week straight, until it just didn't plan out the same way. I guess there are so many problems with this game. He said he just had to download another update. It was like, what was it, like 18 gigs on top of the 60 on top of the 70? It's like,
Oh, dude, it was like 70s for just the download of the game. And
yeah, and then there was another 60 and then another 18. It's like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Not a good console launch.
No.
Game of the year.
Trash of the year. But so what would you guys like to do?
Okay, so I'm at the end of where it goes where I can see the rest of the cells of kind of where the sound is, this guy's voice is coming from.
Yeah, well, originally you came through a secret panel, like a door that had been hidden.
Okay.
And it went south, and there were several doors, 4 of them along the west wall, and you guys were checking each one of these cells. And that corridor went down for about 40 feet, and then it went south for 40 feet, and then turned to the east. And that's where you were standing when you started hearing this noise. And as you're looking to the east down this 80-foot long corridor that ends and goes back up north, there are 5 doors along the northern wall of this corridor. There's 2 that are fairly close. One of them is probably about 10 feet away from you, but it sounds like it's coming from the middle door, which seems to be separate from the other 4 doors that bracket it.
Okay. I yell back to the rest of the party and say, "Hey guys, I hear a voice. It sounds like somebody is in one of these cells. You know, how about if one of you guys come down and help investigate it with me?"
Now, Griswold, you're right next to him. What do you want to do?
I will produce flame and follow him.
Yeah, because he really you can't see, right, Stebby?
No, I
Or
can't
do you
see
still have
shit.
that halo candle on your head that made it awesome targeting reticle there?
For the centipedes? Yeah, that'd be helpful. Griswold, yeah, if I can't see anything, can you help with the light?
Yes, with the light. Yeah, I'm still going to be very ready to throw it at whoever sent the cell.
You ignite this arcane magical illumination. Flint, you and Sirkin are still in that one room checking out that one corpse that's missing its right hand. You notice that Griswold has left his post at the door and gone down to join Stubby.
Okay. I don't think there was anything else in the room to further investigate, so I'll look at Sirkin and kind of motion and kind of see what the commotion is on outside.
Motion
And-
for the commotion.
Motion of the commotion, and
That's right.
head towards the hallway that everyone's in.
Okay,
Yep. Circle will fall.
as you guys go down south down this corridor, you pass two more cells on your right, and then you reconvene with Stubby and Griswold, and you see the same corridor I just described to them as well. So
Okay.
All right.
I'd like to start moving towards that middle door, and see if I can still hear this guy.
yeah, as you're moving down, you pass one door on your left, which is the northern wall, eerily quiet inside. Go another 10 feet past the other door, and then you go about 20 feet, and as you start to approach this solitude door, you notice that there is a window in it as well with bars, and you see these gnarled hands grab the bars, and you see this face, just this gaunt face, pull itself up to the bars, and it starts looking left to right, and he sees you, Stubby, and I can't believe it. By the gods. Who goes there? Are you one of the jailers?
No, we're not one of the jailers. What are you doing here?
I haven't seen one of the jailers in ages. Methinks they forgot about us. We ain't eaten in days. The water's all gone. Please, feed us. Make a perception check.
Can I make it too?
Are you up there by him?
Yeah, I'm up there.
Okay.
He's giving him a light.
Oh, okay. Giving him that ghastly effect to his face.
Yeah, I'm giving him like the Halloween flashlight.
Ooh, spooky story.
Yeah, totally.
Ooh.
I rolled
I've got one too.
a flashlight, maybe. I rolled a 15 perception.
15?
Mine's
Griswold,
worse than that.
you did worse?
Yeah.
As you peer towards him, Stubby, you notice that behind this face that's gazing at you, you see like shackles on the floor. You see leather whips and thongs with metal barbs on it. You see metallic tools. It's most likely this is probably some type of an interrogation room. And the room itself looks to be 15 feet wide. I'm sorry, 25 feet wide by 10 feet deep. But there's an alcove against the far northern wall in this room. And the wall behind it looks very discolored. It looks unnatural, as though the plaster itself is starting to fall off the wall behind it.
Okay. Seems like he had a lot of alone time in that cell, didn't he?
He's probably eating the lead paint. I'm all out of lead paint.
So I asked him, I said, what are you doing in the cell? What got you into the cell?
It was my cousins and I. We were so hungry. We stole one of the boars from the Baron. We didn't know it was his. We would have paid him back if we had the money. Good Baron Sarvo wills it. Tell the good Baron Sarvo we're sorry. The good Baron Sarvo wills it. We're so hungry. Water, please.
What's the
Food.
Baron's name again? It's not Sarvo, right?
The good Baron Sarvo. It's who he's referring to.
Okay.
The guy that he stole the boar from.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just wondering if that guy's still alive.
Yeah, it's crazy that he's still alive. I look at Griswold and I'm like, man, can you believe this guy's still here? No food and water for days? Hey, dude.
He also doesn't seem to understand about the explosion that just happened. He didn't mention that at all.
He didn't mention it, no.
Yeah, that seems kind of odd that he didn't. Maybe he's a heavy sleeper.
Maybe.
I mean, he hasn't eaten for days, so he's probably like in and out of consciousness.
Please bestow me with kindness, noble souls. We've suffered awful. The good Baron Sarvo wills it. Please. I haven't eaten in days. My belly's full of plaster and leather.
From the back,
I've been drinking my own fluids. All
definitely
of them.
definitely not giving you my bladder, but
My tears are most salty.
I'll go into my handbag and I'll produce some scraps and food and stuff, like some bread that I have, and I'll give him a little bit. Is there
You
any
see
other opening on the door?
Well, there
Other than
appears to be
the
some kind of a
bar?
lock to it, but there's like an eye opening that's got
Okay.
bars in front of it, and there appears to be like a tray area too, very similar to the other doors where it looked like they were serving
Food trays at the
occupants at one
bottom.
time.
Okay, I'll feed it, or I'll feed it. I'll hand it to him through the bars that we see him at.
You see this skeletal hand kind of come out, snatch it, and go back into the corner of his little area. Nibbling. I must have more. Please satiate my hunger. Slack my thirst.
Hey, don't we have that? Didn't we pick up a potion bottle from one of the kobolds when we first came in here?
I think you grabbed it. It was
I think
we didn't know what it was, but I think it was some kind of substance in there. I don't know if we figured out what it was, but human testing.
I think now's the time to figure out what it is.
we gotta
The oil of lavender, please.
So I'm gonna hand him this potion that I picked up from one of the kobolds.
Okay. He looks at it. Do not tempt me with this. I require water.
Would tempt you with what?
I need not your arcane remedies.
Yeah, but it's liquid. If it's a remedy, as you say it is, then this may help you.
The
And you
Baron
are-
Sarvo will have you in here as well.
I'd like to see him try. You're in no position, sir.
Quite the contrary. You're right, I guess. But, let me out. I'll find my own way for food and water.
You're not getting out unless we let you out.
You said your brothers were also taken here as well, correct? How many brothers did you have?
My cousins.
Cousins.
It's in the notes. Please read the notes.
Your cousins. Whatever happened to your cousins?
They were questioned ad nauseum. I'm afraid that we were separated. And what they do to thieves is they usually remove their hands. I don't know what happened to my cousins, though.
Oh.
Found his buddy. Well, we don't know what happened to your cousin either. Cousins, plural. Was there more than one?
There were three of us.
3 of you guys, huh? First cousins, second cousins?
Kissing cousins. No.
Kissing cousins? No? Okay.
Love my cousin. Loving cousins. Look,
Oh, I asked the old man. I said, "Are you going to drink that potion or not?"
He turns his back to you and goes to the far northern wall and starts picking at the plaster on the wall some more. And you see pieces flake off and fall to the floor. And you could see more of an outline of parallel lines in that wall.
Interesting. I would like to take a look in there. I look back at the group. I'm like, look, I'm trying to get this guy to drink this potion. My hope is that it has healing properties. Fingers crossed. But I'm interested to see what this parallel lines. I think maybe it might be a door of some kind. But I don't know that I trust this old dude. I know he's thirsty and hungry and all, but something seems off with him.
I don't know, Stubby. He's been eating lead paint, so
You're eating too much paint and plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Griswold, you're front and center. What are you doing at this point?
You know what? I'm going to ask him. Did you hear the explosion earlier? You didn't mention it. I figured I'd ask.
Yes, I did hear it. It shook something awful, but I'm in no position to investigate. I haven't left this place in a very long time. I thought that when the Jellas didn't show up one day, that they would be there the next, and then they didn't show up for the next day, or the next, or the next.
Okay. Did you have any cellmates nearby, or is it just you down here?
I don't know. They brought me in with a hood over my head from my original cell, and they left me in this room. And then every time they visited me, they did horrible atrocities to me.
Sirkin, what are you doing at this point?
I'm kind of just standing in the back and just kind of like listening, but that last part kind of like caught my attention. So I asked the prisoner, like, so you didn't hear any other prisoners around you? You didn't hear any screaming, yelling? I mean, you're saying they're torturing you specifically, but you didn't hear anything else?
There were a lot of screaming going on. And then I probably didn't detect it right away, but several of the voices started to drop off day after day until there were only a few of us screaming, and then 3 of us, and then 2 of us, and then myself alone screams.
And this was all over stealing a boar?
We did steal the good Baron Savo's boar on his land.
Can I make an insight check and see if he's actually telling the truth or if there's something else? Because, I mean, this seems like a long ways to go for just a boar.
Okay. Well, tell me how you want to do this. You want to do an insight check, right?
Yeah, I want to do an insight check.
Okay.
But I'll ask him just straight out as well. Just pretty much what I just said. All this trouble for one simple boar.
Now I had mentioned this when we were doing Carrion Crown, but we had a list of other known checks that we could make as well that were more precise to Pathfinder, and one of them is sense motive as well, which is a wisdom check. Or is that intelligence, I think it's wisdom. We'll go with wisdom until I get
chart next to us.
And so if you guys want to use something like that as well, you would do a wisdom check on it.
All right.
So
Can I intimidate him?
let Flint do his check first if you want to do that.
All right. Not getting a good reading off the guy. I rolled an 8.
Okay. Do a history check. In fact, all of you can do a history check if you wish.
Oof. 7.
21?
Damn, Sirkin.
I don't know.
I'm going strong.
Continuing it, yeah.
20. Not
20?
a hard 20.
Griswold.
I just got 14.
Oh, okay. Well, Sirkin, you and Stabby, as he keeps repeating this name, Baron Sarvo, something about the name just keeps resonating over and over in your mind, and you seem to remember hearing this name at some point, possibly in the in this area of Taldor, coming to whatever lands you originally came from. And you remember that Baron Sarvo was a Belhaim lord who rebelled against the crown in 4500 AR. And he was the last Canticleer to rule this town of Belhaim. Now, the year right now is 47, I believe, 4713.
Interesting.
Damn.
So I'd like to try to intimidate this guy.
Okay.
And coughin up the real story here. Like to make a intimidation check.
Okay. Tell me how you want to intimidate him.
I'm going to say, listen, man, your
Well, that's
story.
scary.
Listen here. I say, listen here, old man. Your story doesn't seem very plausible.
What part of it?
What?
What part of it?
Well, like my friend Flint Hardstrike here says, this seems pretty severe for you trying to just steal a boar. That they probably would have done something different and not in here torturing you. I think you're hiding something.
Have you
And
ever,
you're not being honest with us.
What's your intimidation roll?
Come on, baby. 14.
14. He reels back from the door.
I swear this is why I'm in here. We were hungry. If you ever knew the good Baron Sarvo, you would know what kind of man he was. He brought destitute to the land.
Well, I don't
He ruled-
think anyone knows who he is. He was alive over 200 years ago.
Look, the good Baron Sarvo wills it. That is why I'm here.
So how long have you been down here? How long do you think you've been down here?
Couple of days, maybe weeks.
I don't know if you'd be this famished and hungry after a couple of days.
I've been here for 3 hours and I'm starving.
We never got to eat the boar. We were hungry before we began.
No, this guy's story doesn't add up.
Yeah, I'm looking back at the group. I'm like, look, something's not adding up with this guy. I don't know if he's just crazy talk from all the lead paint he's eating or drinking his own fluids, delirious from urine. I don't know, but we got to figure out what we're going to do with this guy. One, I'm interested to find out what's in that room because that discolored wall on the back is intriguing, but I don't know about opening the door with this guy. I'm concerned that we may have to frickin' shank him if he gets out of line.
Can't talk to people like that, Wes.
He's probably in his cell sharpening his piece.
I would like to go up front and center to the door and kind of take a view inside. Can I roll perception to see the back wall and
Sure.
kind of make out what's...
Yeah, because he went back to that back wall and he started picking at the wall some more.
That's 15.
15. You could see these two parallel lines. They're about 3 feet apart from each other, and they go from the floor up into more of the plaster. You can't see how high up they go, but they definitely look unnatural. They're not natural occurring lines.
Okay. He's kind of carving it out of stone. That's what the wall's made out of. It's stone,
It's made
right?
of like a lath and plaster. So he's just like picking off the plaster in certain areas, almost as though he was able to get a fingernail hold at some point and just kept needling it, kept worrying it off, until it got to be a larger area, and he'd break off a piece and nibble on it, and just Eventually, you can see that the area that he's opened up is probably about 3 feet in diameter, a rough diameter. So,
There's two questions I want to ask. I don't know if you want me to roll for it, but mainly, does it just look like he's trying to escape? Like, did bury himself out?
go ahead and make an insight check for that.
Okay. Yeah. It's going to be 16.
16. It doesn't look like he's trying to escape.
Okay.
It looks like he's actually trying to break the pieces off, and he'll nibble on them.
Okay. I was hoping he was like trying to carve something out of it, but
You're hoping for a oh fuck, what was the movie called?
you're thinking
Shawshank?
of Shawshank Redemption. He's got like a poster hidden.
Yeah, he's got a
in front of it.
I search his room for a poster.
It's of one of his cousins. Just missing a hand.
It's his cousin's hand that he's using to
Yeah, scratch
dig
it.
out.
Sirkin, what are you doing from the back of that party right now?
Kind of just pondering right now.
Pondering?
In my head, I'm kind of thinking, should we just kill this guy? Misery?
Give him
Wow.
the gift of mercy.
I don't think I saw your character's alignment yet, have I? I guess we're seeing it now, though.
Yeah, so it's like an internal dilemma right now.
Okay. Is that like an internal monologue that you're having? You're quarreling with yourself?
Yeah,
Should we
should
kill him?
just
Yeah. Wait a minute. No, we can't. Kill him quick.
Yeah. It's like the devil and the angel on the shoulder.
Oh, the voices stop.
Maybe you need to get in there and eat some paint, too. Hair blast or whatever he's eating. Griswold, what are you doing?
I'm kind of just waiting to see how everyone else plays this out. I think I'm done with this guy.
Okay. Stebby? Coming full
him to
circle.
drink that. I want him to drink that fucking potion.
He's away from the door at this point. He's
Okay.
back across the other side of the room, still working. Occasionally, he'll look over his shoulder like, "Did you bring me something to eat, something to drink?"
Eat something.
So the door, since it's a jail, I'm guessing there's a lock on it.
There is.
Okay. I look back at the rest of the group and say, "Hey, guys, can you guys all be prepared? I want to try to pick this lock.
Yeah.
'Cause I have a feeling this guy's going to bolt out of here."
Okay.
Okay. So
Mason shield ready.
I'd like to try to pick the lock.
Okay, go for it.
Shit. What is
Do a
that?
dex check.
Dex check. Yeah.
Now you're a thief, right?
Yeah,
Or-
rogue. Yep.
Yeah, you should have like a proficiency with that.
Yeah, I just did a dex roll and rolled a 19.
Okay, you get in there with your tools, needle this lock, and surprisingly, it clicks open. Just you got the and it pops
Sound effects
open.
there.
Now, the
Alright,
door's still closed at this point, and as
Alright.
he's working the back wall, and the lock disengages, you see him stop.
Okay. Are the hinges? Can we tell what direction it opens? Does
They
it
open out.
right? It opens out.
Yeah, they open out to you.
Okay. So I look at the group and say, "Hey, this door opens outward. So you guys, why don't you all position yourselves? I'm going to go ahead and open this door." And I look at the group for confirmation. You guys are ready.
Oh, we give the
I
nod.
still have a flame
We
for
give the nod.
I'm definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nodded your head. You said yes.
All right. So I whip this door open. I'm behind it, kind of off to, like, if this is the edge of the door, I'm like right here so I can see kind of what's going on with the rest of the group. But I whip this door open.
You whip the door open, and he stops working the back wall and stands up, and he's facing the back wall.
His back is to us.
His back is to you,
Okay.
and he waits to see
Did you bring me?
the tea stand.
Did you bring me something to drink? Something to eat?
No, we gave you something to drink, and we gave you something to eat.
He slowly turns. You see his bedraggled gray hair. You see liver spots on his forehead. His eyes are sunken in. Just this gross gray beard. He's just gaunt looking. Wearing like some crappy piece of cloth around his waist.
Why are you here then? Why would you open my gate? If you're not here to satiate me.
No, we did satiate you. We gave you food and water. Now we're interested to investigate your cell. Why don't you come on out of here? Come out of the cell towards us.
Come out of the cell with your hands up.
Yeah. Slowly.
Hand.
I prefer
Interlace
to
your
remain.
fingers behind your head. Walk to my voice.
You already said you were not jealous. I think I'll stay in here. You have the smell of death on you.
You're about to have the smell of death on you if you don't come out of that cell.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I can make it so, old man.
You smell like you only have 4 hit points.
It's actually 6, but
You see our stat sheets? I'm just kidding.
He just looks at you. He just sees numbers.
You got NPC site, dude.
What kind of sorcery is this?
all right. So he's still sitting there. He's not coming out.
He's standing.
He's standing.
He's standing in front of like whatever he was working on behind him. He's standing in front of it at this point and looking at the door because he can't see you. You guys are all on the sides of the door.
Okay.
So you guys are like off to the side. Come on out, fucker. And he's like,
Come in and get me, fuckers. Bring something from the good Baron Savo.
All right. So I'm
flashbang.
gonna pull out my short bow, and I'm gonna come into view, and I'm gonna draw my bow back at him and tell him, "Come out, old man. This is your final warning. Come out."
He sees you. He takes a few steps towards you. And then I need for you to make a wisdom save as you see his features begin to dissolve and you see this skeletal form begin to materialize beneath him.
Wisdom. That's my lowest stat. Is there another stat we can use?
No, we're going to go with wisdom today. Wednesday, wisdom. It's Tuesday, bro.
Tuesday.
15. I rolled a 15.
15. You feel this overwhelming urge to almost piss yourself. You feel bile begin to rise in your stomach as you choke it back down with just the fact that you feel this grotesque entity standing there. And as you stand there with the bow, he raises his hands as well. And let's roll some initiative.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking lying bastard old man.
Flint.
It was a 9.
Griswold.
Well,
Stubby.
I rolled a 1. However, I have, as a halfling, I have lucky, so I get to re-roll. 11.
Circuit.
8.
God damn, guys. I can tell who didn't warm up their dice. Hang on a second. Let me put this all together, guys. So as he sees you standing there with the bow, you see this grotesque features begin to become more dominant on his whole appearance. You see his skin slough off his bones. He raises his hand, and you see several of the instruments behind him begin to shake and rattle, and one of the tools flies off the floor towards you.
He should have just drank the potion. That's what
And I believe that's going to hit with the 20.
wait, who?
That's Stubby.
Oh.
I'm in front. All you guys are.
Oh, we're still hiding.
For 7 points as this branding iron strikes you in the chest.
You said 7 points?
7 points.
I fall down and die.
Griswold, you see Stubby standing in front of the doorway with his bow ready, and you see him just drop as this large iron object strikes him center mass. Care to close that door?
Thinking about it.
Maybe should, but I won't.
I shall feast on your bones, you half-wit, half-man. Who else wants to come and feast?
Oh, man.
Griswold.
That ain't me.
I know you're not frozen, Griswold. I see your
I'm
eyes.
just gonna throw the flame, dude. I got nothing better to do. Let's see. What do I add to this thing? I add not a lot. 14 to hit.
It strikes the back wall. You see flame just burst. A lot more of that plaster falls down. You see it does look like some kind of a door behind him, but it does miss. Stubby, I need you to make a death save.
Wait. I have a bonus action.
Oh, sorry,
Healing word
Stubby.
on Stubby.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna use healing word on Stubby.
Gotta keep that pinata going.
Well, one pinata between me and the other guy. You gain 7 hit points.
Yes. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Stubby, you're laying prone with 7 points in your belly. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to. I'm in front of the door, so I'm prone. I'm going to scurry back out of the doorway off
Okay.
to the east.
Now,
Just enough so I'm out of the doorway.
Griswold, did you poke around the corner when you went to attack him, by the way?
Yeah, if I had to, I would have, yeah.
Okay. That was my bad. I should have had you make that same wisdom save, but that's okay. We'll get you on the next end. Flint. You see Stubby fall. You see Griswold exchange a quick volley. You see Stubby begin to flutter back alive and begin to crawl. Which way are you crawling, by the way, Stubby? You going further east, or are you coming back west the way you came?
West. I'm sorry. I'm coming west the way that we came out of the doorway. I
Okay.
think I'm probably going more towards Sirkin because he was hanging back a little bit.
Still dealing with the devil and the angel?
Yep.
Flint, what are you going to do? You see Stubby crawl past you on all fours.
I'll
Come on, Caligula.
call out, like, hey, man, remember me? Gave you the bread.
What?
And at that same time, I will murmur a quick prayer under my breath and give everyone cast bless. So give Stabby and everyone else, what was it? A +4,
D4,
a
yeah.
D4 to their next attack roll or saving throw.
Very good. Is that the end of your move?
Yes, and I'm still out of sight of where.
Okay. Sirkin. Looks like what you thought was going to happen came to fruition, man.
Yep. Should have acted sooner.
You can't blame
Let's do
yourself.
this.
You can't save everybody, Sirkin.
Yeah. So I see all this commotion in front of me. See Stabby crawling back towards my direction, and just have my short swords in hand. I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna charge. So I charge the room and try to find the ghoul or whatever, the skeleton, and I'm gonna try to attack.
Okay.
So I add a D4 to that.
Yes.
Okay, that is. What is that? That would be 16.
That's going to hit.
Okay. get that quick. For 4 points of damage. And then I'm going to try to attack again with my other short sword.
All right.
That is 13.
That will miss. And as you stand there, first hit, you feel really energized. Second hit, as you miss, kind of gives you pause. And I need for you to make that wisdom save as well.
Okay. That will be 9.
9. You begin to feel bile come up in your throat. You feel a little bit of pee come out. And you suddenly feel that running in this room probably wasn't the best course of action as you become frightened for one round.
Okay.
And as he sees you do that, he leans forward to try to bite you. With a 1, his teeth fall out. He just misses you with this bite, just and still tries to clamber towards you and run towards the door itself, which will be his full range. Griswold, you see this haunt actually come past Sirkin and start moving at the door itself. He looks left and right, sees you guys standing in the western end, and that's which way he's looking at you guys now.
Yeah, produce flame. Toss it at him one more time. See if we
Okay.
can. Okay, that's better. 21 to hit.
That's going to hit.
For 4 points of damage. Fire damage.
That's not like divine, right?
No.
Okay. Where's Stabby going?
He's trying to crawl out of that cell.
He's still crawling.
I'm out.
This is a podcast. We don't need to do live action. Stabby,
Okay, I get to my feet.
did you have... hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Griswold, did you have anything else you wanted to do?
No.
Okay.
Real quick, Sirkin is still within 5 feet of him.
Between 5-7 feet, somewhere in there. Sirkin's still in the room. He is at the door at this point.
Okay.
Like looking.
Okay, so I'm going. I'm gonna sneak attack, and because he's one of my allies, so if he's within 5 feet, I get a sneak attack.
But how far did you move? Being
I
prone,
just
though?
moved. I moved just outside of the door.
Okay,
to the
so you
west.
stand up for half your movement.
Yep, half my movement,
Okay, and then turn around
and then turn around with my bow, and I'm gonna do a regular attack, and then
a prayer.
I don't think I'll be able to sneak attack because I've already used half my movement.
Okay.
But I would like to try to shoot him with my bow. So I'd like to move a little bit east where I can get a bead on this guy
Okay.
and attack him with my short bow. Rolled a 7.
That is not going to make it, Stubby. As the blood is still in your eyes from being basically dead again. Yeah. No. Flint. You see Stubby fire off a arrow, strikes the wall next to the haunt. What would you like to do?
Still a little tucked back. I'm gonna try to
What?
see.
Like
where
Jamie
this-
Gum?
Well, he's at the doorway, right? He's
He's at the doorway.
He's walking out. Okay, because I was like hiding by the doorway, so.
He's just like, yeah. He's right
Yeah.
there.
All right. At that point, I am going make a deck save for me.
Okay, I'll make that deck save. You make the wisdom save.
All right.
19.
19. You're gonna pass, and you want a deck save.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, sorry. 14.
You pass.
All right. And that's all I got.
That's it?
He's not within 5 feet of me, right?
Depends on how close you were to the door. I really don't know how close you were in the hallway.
I was like, I'll just say 5 feet from the doorway, like off to the right, because the door opens up, or to the left, because it opens up, right?
Yes, opens out
Okay.
onto you guys.
Okay, so 5 feet from the doorway.
Okay. Sirkin, you are in the room. You're still frightened at this point.
So does that mean I get like disadvantage on my next roll, or what's frightening me again?
Frightened condition is you run away from the.
Yeah, so you actually run towards the area where he was
Like the
breaking
wall?
the plaster off the wall. So imagine you just haul ass that way because he's trying to get out of the cell. So you go the opposite direction. So you're right there for this round then.
Okay.
As this entity looks out into the hallway, he has 3 targets. How far away are you from him, Stubby? You're about.
Yeah, I'm probably like 3 to 5 feet because I was just on the outside of the door there.
He looks at you, Griswold,
Yeah.
and you
Hey,
see him
Sailor.
motion his hand into the room and bring it around in like a circular fashion, and you see another piece of metal begin to swirl around the corner and fly towards you and strike the wall behind you. And then he runs up towards you.
I shall have my fill of my belly.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna use Thorn Whip this time. Mostly the same effect. Let's see. 19 to hit,
That's going to hit him.
and 6 points of damage.
6 points.
But it's piercing this time, so I don't know if it's as effective.
It still hits. It still does damage.
Okay.
You see him taking this damage. You're not sure how much he's taken so far or how it's affected him up to this point, but it still looks like he's being affected by whatever it is you guys are doing. Stubby.
I'm gonna try to shoot him again with my bow.
Okay.
18.
That's going to hit.
Okay. I do 4 points of damage plus 4 from Bless, so I do 8 points of piercing damage.
Bless.
Yeah, because Flint blessed us, and I got plus 4 on my attack.
Got it.
roll.
Okay. You see this arrow strike him center mass. It kind of causes him to slow down, stagger a bit. Flint, you see this happening to it.
The good Baron Sava wills it.
That's right. Go ahead and make me another dex save, please.
Is the good Baron Sava will that would have fell?
9.
9. That is a fail. So you are going to take 7 points of, I believe it's radiant damage.
Ooh.
Yes.
What is this attack?
It is Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. Describe how you annihilate this haunt.
So you'll see this flame-like radiance coming from my hand. And
Like a gout?
You and your gout. It's not the toe gout. Like kind of like a fireball. We'll just call it close to a fireball, and launch towards him and just disintegrate him.
Well, it just smokes him down to ash, bones and all.
Should have drank the potion.
After a moment, everything in the hallway gets deathly quiet. Sirkin, you come back to your senses. You see that you're standing in front of whatever it was that he was fucking with at this point.
Okay. Can I do like a perception check or an insight check and see like what he was messing around with and what's actually in front of me?
Sure.
Oh, which one should I do? Perception or insight?
Perception.
Okay. Perception. That is a 16.
16. It looks like he was picking at the covering, like some kind of a facade that was covering a door.
Mhm.
But whatever he was
Shawshank.
taking, the little bits that he was taking, it didn't look like he was in a hurry to uncover it. If that makes sense. They were just needling this stuff little by little by little.
I think for 200 years, you would have gone much further.
Maybe.
Was there a
You-
poster over? Just kidding.
You want to drive this motherfucker?
Can I try to see if I can like try to pry more of the plaster off, like just like in bigger chunks?
Sure.
Should
Tell me how you want to do it.
Strength
Like
or-
just with your hands, or you want to use an instrument? What do you want to do?
I was just gonna try with my hands first, if there's anything to actually like just grab onto.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay, that is that's 11.
11. You see a small portion fall off at your feet, revealing more of the wall beneath it. Griswold.
Does it look like there's a good way to okay, I'm a little bit confused by the last statement. Is it like cleared out, or is there like what's that sort of thing like?
What are you talking about?
The thing that we discovered after my produced flame kind of went haywire.
Oh, and hit the wall behind it?
Yeah.
It just looks like there appears to be some kind of a panel or a door that's partially covered. It didn't really knock any of it down per se. It just,
Okay.
the blast effect just kind of shattered along the alcove.
Okay. When I first heard about it, I thought there was like a clearing that was blown open. Does it look like there's any way to open up you said door, right? Or the alcove kind of thing?
Yeah, imagine that like as you're standing in the room and you're looking at this room,
Mm-hmm.
it's 25 feet wide by 10 feet. So imagine that the back wall, even though it goes to 10 feet, then starts to angle towards like an alcove.
Okay.
Okay, and it's at the apex of that alcove where he was picking at this plaster.
Okay.
So whatever's at the apex, which is about 5 feet wide, he's picking at this thing, and it's revealed two parallel lines that are about 3 feet apart. And in about 3 foot circumference of this has been revealed over time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Come back to me. I'm going to try and think about it a little bit now that I understand it better.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm thinking about it. Now that I understand it better, I'm trying to rethink how I was going to approach this. So I don't really know what I'm doing yet.
Okay.
Is no one else thinking, what the hell was this guy doing in here?
Stabib, what are you thinking?
There was some crazy shit going on in here.
A little traumatized.
So I'd like to look around. One, I'd like to pick up my potion that I gave him.
He never took it from you. He never accepted it.
Oh, okay. I'd like to. Are there still the instruments that he was hurling at us? Are they still around on the?
Yeah, they're just all on the floor.
Can I tell what kind of instruments they are?
They're just like odds and ends. Some of them look like shackles, open shackles with chains that aren't attached to the wall. You see strips of leather with metal barbs on them. You see long, flat metal-looking things that look like spoons almost. You see other things that look like forks, but the forks on them look like needles, per se. They definitely look like instruments of torture of some kind.
Okay. I'd like to look at this door some more and see, or what appears to be a door.
Okay.
Can I try to push on it, can I tell, does it open inward or outward, or does it go ceiling to floor?
You don't know how high up it goes, but it doesn't go inwards. Like when you push on it, it just doesn't go forward.
Okay. So I'd like to grab a couple of the thinner instruments, like a couple of them, to make it kind of thick. And can I jam it in, one of the lines to see if I can get it in and maybe pry the door open?
Yeah, make a dex check with that.
18.
18. As you pull it in and start worrying this thing a little bit, you can see that it starts to crack open a little, but it, bringing itself towards you. But because of the rest of the plaster that's covering it, it's not going anywhere. You see, dust and little pebble pieces fall down from behind whatever was between that panel and the plaster itself, fall down into that area that's already been exposed. But there's just not enough room for it to open fully.
Okay. All right, so that's my action.
Okay. Flint's
still out of his psyches. He's like, what the hell was this guy? He was in this cell for so long. He gave us fucking hell.
The riddle of life is
kill him.
Could have had the answers. Seeing everyone going after this door, I'm curious too. I would like to pick up an instrument that's on the ground that would best suit to kind of clear this doorway and kind of see what's going on behind this, try to open it up a little bit.
Well, there's nothing probably bigger than maybe 6 inches. The only thing you could really see that might be beneficial would be a shackle with a chain, using as a flail of some type.
All right, I'll try to just smack it against the wall and see if I can get some of the plaster off and try to clear an opening to reveal more of this this door that we might think.
Attack that fucker.
All right.
You can manage 6 inches in your hand, okay?
You handle a lot more.
I can attest to that.
All right, what do you want me to use? Just strength or?
Yeah, make a strength check.
All right. Oh, man, it was on 11, and it rolled to a 9. So that's 10.
10? Okay, you actually managed to chip off a big portion of this. It looks like it's really old, brittle, really dry.
Is it revealing anything more of a door, or
you see maybe
structure type support
beams?
As
it broke more free, you could see there appears to be a handle hook that's recessed in the door itself. It's not like a handle outside the door, but more like a hook that you would put your hand in and be able to pull something. But because there's still more of the plaster above it, it's hard to yank it open. You would have to probably do a strength check or something to really muscle through this.
But definitely confirming that it is some kind of door.
It definitely looks like a door, yeah.
Okay.
Sirkin. Devil to the fucking diamond, man.
That's right.
Devil up to bat.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to try to put my hand through that little recess and try to just brute force my way into
Make a strength check on that tough guy.
Can I aid him on that?
What are you gonna do? Grab motherfucking 6 inch?
Fuck. If that's all it is, I mean, I can handle more. We already established that.
Well, I got a 15 without the help.
15 without the help. Okay, go ahead and roll your help, and this will add plus
right.
to the.
I rolled a 9.
9. Okay, so you're just more in the way than anything else. Grabbing him by the hips isn't really giving him much help.
Come on, Sirkin, let's go.
Sirkin, you managed to break off enough of this where there's very little left in the upper right corner, but you could definitely see that it goes up about 5.5 feet or so, and then cuts across. So there's little left of the plaster covering the door, but you can definitely see the outline of a door.
Okay.
Griswold, from your thinking position behind the rest of the group,
Very much distracted a little bit by what Flint's method of helping.
Flint hard grasp.
I'm gonna try and help muscle this. I'm not the strongest, but I'm gonna try and use like the thorn whip to try and see if I can rustle anything loose.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack on that.
How many lashes?
You tell me, buddy. 21.
21, you strike at the apex where the right side and the top of the door meet, and you just see the rest of the plaster just tumble to the ground, shattering in like powder and little granule bits all over the floor, revealing that there is indeed a door behind this.
We've got the Indiana Jones solution.
I almost thought of like the Zelda song, like that pops up whenever you find a door.
I don't remember how it goes. It's been a while. So you see the door. Stubby,
So you said we see the door?
you do see the door. It's fully revealed at this point.
Okay, but it's not open yet.
No.
Okay. So I'm going to grab that handhold and try to open the door.
Okay. As you pull this handle, you hear the door scraping across all the rubble and granule stuff that's on the floor. You feel this cold air come out, just blast you kind of in the face. And as you look in what's behind this door, you notice that there's a narrow corridor. It's about 2.5, 3 feet wide, and it extends into the darkness. You're not really quite sure how far it goes. You aren't anyways, because you can't see. But I'd like you to make a perception check anyways.
Just him?
18.
18?
Yep.
It could be just him right now, actually. As you're looking down into this dark corridor, intermittently you see sparks occasionally burst off. And from what you can gauge, having sighted in so many people so many times with your bow and stuff, it appears that it's probably about 40 feet away from you, from where you are right now. And occasionally just, it's not powerful looking, but it's enough to create some kind of an illumination as to what is on the other end of this corridor.
Okay. So I'm going to turn back to the group and say, hey, I can...
I don't know if anybody could speak that, but...
I'm sure Junior has someone nearby that can...
I turn back to the group and say, hey, I can see kind of like a sparking of light at the end of this really narrow corridor, but I can't see very well in the dark. There's definitely something at the end of that corridor. Maybe one of you that sees a little better in the dark could take a look.
Well, I would like to step up and look into the dark.
Yeah, and I step out of the way.
Flint.
Oh, okay, excellent. Just get out of the way.
It's a mini Tesla coil.
Flint,
guess,
what would you like to do? Or Griswold, what do you want to do as he steps out of the way?
I'll step up and I'll take a look. I'll see what...
Okay. As he leaves the area and you get in his position, your face is buffeted by this cool air. Seems really strangely charged. You could feel the hair on your cheeks kind of tingling. You look down this 40-foot corridor or so, and you can see that it's rough. It's not smooth. You can see jagged edges all about the corridor. The far end of it, you see what appears to be, best way to describe it would be like mechanized gears of some type. You see amongst all these gears a large handle that's in the upright position, and occasionally you see this electrical spark bzz, 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 down by these gears.
I will relay that information. I don't think the woods taught me a whole lot about how to deal with shit like this.
Sirkin, what would you like to do?
So yeah, Griswold tells everyone about the gears, and I guess I'm kind of intrigued by it, and I feel like no one else really wants to go first, so I'm just gonna turn the group like, all right, I'm gonna go in. Who wants to follow me?
I'll be last.
Okay.
I will follow you last.
Follow you.
What is your marching order as you go through this narrow corridor?
I'll follow Sirkin, the human wrecking ball.
And followed by
Came in like a
Pincushion Stebby next, and then Flint. Sirkin, as you begin to enter this corridor, followed by Stebby. No, Griswold, right? Are you following him?
I'm following Sirkin, and I
Okay.
assume Stebby's following me.
Sirkin, you begin to enter this corridor, followed by Griswold, Stubby, and Flint bringing up the rear. You have to turn sideways as it gets so narrow. And you can see as you're getting closer and closer, eventually you see that we are approaching the next session. And that is where we will end this episode.
Knew you were gonna do that.
Yeah, you knew it.
This guy.
This fucking guy with his 6 inches.
Guy.
6 inches of plaster.
Grab them hips.
All in the hips.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and iHeart Radio. And if you like what you're hearing, please leave us that 5-star review. You could also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com. And be sure to check out the galleries. We got a lot of really interesting stuff posted there. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. There are ways for you to help out the show and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass full as you roll those hard 20s.